This is shampoo ginger for butterflies. It's the host plant for them to lay their eggs on. And since forever, I've wanted to grow my own butterfly farm. So last year, I waited out the summer for these pods to grow. And then I went on a little hunt to find them, bring them home, grow them, and attract butterflies to my garden so they'd find the host plant and lay their eggs. But there was just one problem: finding the butterflies. I needed to make sure they would find my milkweed host plants and live there long enough to mate and lay their eggs. And one day, I was talking with a friend of mine who is a kindergarten teacher, and she told me how her class was hatching butterflies. And that's the moment I knew that my plan was set and I was all in. I was gonna order 10 individual caterpillars and carefully raise them until they turned into butterflies, and then release them onto my milkweed host plant for the butterflies to mate, lay eggs, and live out their short 14-day lifespans till they inevitably reached the Rainbow Bridge. And 2 weeks later, I opened my front door to my most awaited package of the year. These 11 tiny little cups that held magical transformation inside. The first week with these caterpillars was crazy because they were so tiny. I was a little worried they wouldn't survive the journey from baby to adult. But I tried to trust the process and give them everything they needed to fully survive to the point where we could release them into nature as the awesome pollinators they are. The little containers came with lids that had an air hole for proper circulation, a tissue paper liner in place for them to hang from using webs they create through special glands in their head, and enough food for them to grow all the way to the chrysalis stage. The food was the yellow part at the bottom of the cups. So as I learned more about these tiny creatures, time started to pass and we were already at day 14. As the caterpillars consumed the food, they produced yellow brownie balls called frass. And every 3 days I would use this paintbrush to delicately clean out the loose webbing and frass. Soon, it had been 21 days already, and they were getting so much bigger so quickly. And one day, I was doing my regular cleaning when I noticed that one looked different. And when I saw this red dot, I knew that everything was about to change. When the caterpillars generate a small red ball, that means they're done consuming their diet and ready to pupate. I opened this one and it also had a red ball, and this one, and then this one. So I placed the 4 of them into a new home, and little did I know that magic was about to take place before my very eyes. Luckily, that very same evening, I sat there and witnessed 3 caterpillars transform into a chrysalis, which is the stage right before they hatch into butterflies. You could see each tiny creature slowly shed away a layer of skin and morph into a tiny vampire-looking thing.